For this upper body exercise, we're going to be doing the shoulder press. This exercise is really good to strengthen the muscles that you're using. It also can increase power of the muscles you're using. And then it also might increase the range of motion in the muscle or in this shoulder joint. One of the sports that could use this exercise the most is volleyball, especially volleyball setters, because this motion right here is used a lot. So the starting motion of the shoulder press, pretend he has dumbbells in his hand. So the starting motion, you're going to keep your elbows up just a little bit parallel to the ground. Keep that joint at a 90-degree angle in the starting position. And then when you press, you're going to increase that joint angle. So it's going to be almost straight, just like that. And then you'll come back down to that same starting position. Some helpful coaching cues for this would be to keep your chest up, keep that back straight, and mostly the biggest one would be to squeeze the scapulus or the shoulder blades together. So you could tell them, like, pretend there's a piece of paper between your scapulus, so you're going to pinch that piece of paper and hold it right there the entire way through the motion. Targeted musculature of this shoulder press. Obviously your middle deltoid is being used the most, but you're also using your anterior and posterior deltoid to stabilize, and then you're using your trapezius muscle right here to help stabilize and pull your arm up, and then you're also using your tricep muscle. This upper body exercise is a good horizontal push exercise. It's the push-up. So the push-up, it can help increase power and also strengthen the muscles that you're using. It also helps a lot with core stability and strengthening your core. Some sports that may use this exercise or can benefit from this exercise would be football, especially because this is the main motion a lot of linemen use. And then a push-up also can help a powerlifting athlete increase their bench press max. So the starting position of a push-up, you'll want to have the hands about just a smidge wider than shoulder width, not too wide. And then you'll want to have that flat back. You could tell them a helpful coaching cue would be to have that flat back almost like a table. You'll keep that head straight so that the spine is straight and in line. Their feet, you can see, are just a smidge closer than hip width. And then this is the starting position, so whenever they go down, you can place a foam roller or maybe a yoga block under them and tell them that that's the position where they stop and press back up. So you say down, press, and then come back up. And then finally, the targeted musculature used in a push-up is your pectoralis major. That's the main muscle being used, but you're also using your triceps a lot, as well as strengthening the core. So you're squeezing that core and keeping it tight during the whole movement, so it helps to strengthen that core. And then you're also using a little bit of your serratus anterior, using your anterior and posterior deltoids, and using that middle deltoid just a little bit to stabilize. So for this horizontal pull upper body exercise, I'm going to be doing the bent over one arm dumbbell pull. This exercise is helpful for increasing strength of the muscle and also increasing power. It's really helpful for athletes that use this motion a lot, like a rower. And gymnasts may also use this muscle or use this motion as well. The targeted musculature for this exercise is your latissimus dorsi, your rhomboid major and minor, your teres major, and then you're also using your rear deltoid and your trapezius in this motion. So the starting motion for this would be to be bent over. You'll want to tell your athlete to be sure to keep that straight back, that tabletop back, slight bend in their knees. They'll have a dumbbell in one hand, and then whenever they pull up, they're going to push their elbow to the sky. They're going to squeeze those shoulder blades together. So pretend you have a piece of paper between your scapulas and you want to squeeze them together. Keep everything nice and elongated. And a good stopping point is to tell them when their elbow gets to about 90 degrees, a little bit more. For this vertical pull upper body exercise, I'm going to be using the bicep curl. The bicep curl helps to increase power and also increase strength of the bicep muscle and the other muscles being used. The muscles being activated in this exercise would be the biceps brachii, the brachioradialis, and the brachialis. Some sports that could benefit from this movement would be rowers. They use that motion a lot. And then also gymnasts. The starting position, they would have dumbbells in their hands. They're going to turn their palms forward. They're going to have their arms out just a little bit wider than right in front of them. And then whenever they press, they're going to pull their arms up just a little bit, turn this way, just a little bit past 90 degrees, just like that. And be sure to really squeeze that bicep muscle. A coaching cue that you could give your athlete would be to make sure not to swing back and forth and to make sure to keep this part of their arm as straight as possible so that they're not using their shoulder to help pull up that bar or pull up the dumbbells. Be sure that they pull their shoulders back, keep that chest up, and pinch those shoulder blades together again so that they can get that proper range of motion.